Hi guys, I'm Dr. Benner from Dr. Expat Wellness. Welcome to what I feel is the only channel out there that is focused 100% on you to be able to give you expats the information that you need to do to be able to make sure that you make the right lifestyle decisions so you can live the healthiest life possible in your little piece of paradise. And as you can see, I'm out in my lanai right now getting sun exposure. Oh my gosh, you're probably asking, why are you doing that? Sun is bad. No, it is not. Just like any tool. If you utilize a tool right, you get the best result. If you utilize a tool wrong, you get disastrous results. So that's what we're going to talk about today. In this video, we're going to talk about the beauty of the sun, the magic of the sun, if it uses it properly. And we're also going to be talking about a few things that's going to happen to you if you utilize it improperly. So I think you guys, whether you're in the Philippines, Mexico, Panama, wherever you're at, I think you're going to find this video very valuable. Hi guys, welcome back. Let's talk about some specific aspects of the sun, the ones that actually you're informed of that are the most evil, and that is the ultraviolet rays. So again, as with any tool, if you utilize it right, you get a good result. If you utilize it wrong, it can be disastrous. What we're going to talk about, first of all, is UVA. Now that makes up about 95% of the ultraviolet light coming from that amazing God-made sun. And it penetrates very, very deep. Now, the bad thing is if you get overexposure, what UVA will do is it will cause increased wrinkles. It'll cause increased aging. It can make us prone to cancer if we have overexposure. Well, water's good, right? You think that? Well, if you have too much, you drown. Same thing with the sun. Right amount, great. Wrong amount, bad. So what we want to do is we want to be able to make sure that we get out there. General recommendations, not necessarily for you, but general recommendations, and the research bears this out, is that if we get the appropriate amount, and that is about 10 to 15 minutes of sun, 3 to 4 times a week, that is generally a safe amount. And then you also get the benefits. So let's talk about the benefits of UVA. UVA will actually help create vasodilation in our body, cause the expansion of our blood vessels. Guys, if you get older, if you let it happen and you let age take control of you and you have a bad lifestyle, guess what happens with your blood vessels? They get clogged and they get smaller. And that affects not only every aspect, every cell in our body, but specifically our eyes, our brain, and the guy downstairs here, that we want proper plumbing too. We want proper circulation in every one of those tissues. When we're creating vasodilation, it's because when we have UVA penetrating into our skin, it actually causes release of what's called nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, when we're younger, is released by the endothelium of our cells. And as we get older, that endothelium kind of gets broken down just a little bit, not functioning as well. And the nitric oxide is not released as much, not keeping you young or having the young results, if you know what I mean, guys. So what you have to do is get out, get that sun. UVA will allow us to be able to get that nitric oxide raised a little bit without taking one vitamin. Now, when that happens too, it also helps us if we have high blood pressure. A lot of us actually get this high blood pressure. We get that diagnosis, we get the medication, and all the side effects that comes with it. And one of the reasons why that happens is bad lifestyle, inflammatory foods, systemic inflammation, but we're not getting the sun exposure generally. So if you're getting the UVA, that may actually help you with your high blood pressure. Go figure. Now let's talk about UVB, good old UVB. Now this does not penetrate as deeply as UVA, but it also, if overexposure, let's talk about the negatives. Overexposure can cause oxidation of the skin. It can cause free radicals. It can cause damage to our DNA. And yes, if we're overexposed and have too much, it can also feed into that little C word called cancer. So we don't want that. Remember, using the tool the right way or using the tool the wrong way. But if we get out there 10 to 15 minutes, 3 to 4 times a week, what does this do? This increases our vitamin D. Now, why is that so important? As a functional medicine practitioner, every single one of my patients that come on in, I will test them. And one of the things that is on that blood test is vitamin D. And I really want to see them between 60 to 80. If they're deficient, I know that they're going to be immune compromised. If they're deficient, there's about 200 other physiological activities in their body they're going to be deficient in. So one of my main things is to get that vitamin D up. And if I can't get them to have enough exposure to the sun in a safe way, I will utilize a supplement. So let's talk about vitamin D as a supplement. We do know that vitamin D, if taken supplemental fashion, has many benefits. But one of the things you have to do is just a little caveat. You have to make sure you're taking vitamin K along with it so it doesn't deposit calcium in your blood vessels. But what we also know via the research, that if you're getting vitamin D because you're getting the proper amount of exposure to the sun, the spectrum of benefits that you get is much more broad than if you get it from a bottle. That's that simple principle, guys. God made into God made instead of man made into God made. Much better benefits and safety profile if we get God made into God made. Let me talk about the other thing. I am out here not only to get a little tan, okay? But what I want to do is I want to build up a sun callus. And what a sun callus is when we get small increments of sun, our body produces more melanin. That's what makes us darker. And if we get darker but not burned, what that does actually give us extra shielding from the harmful effects of too much UVA and UVB. And so that's the reason why if somebody like in the Philippines or in Panama, in Mexico, if the population that has darker skin, they have to stay out longer to be able to get that vitamin D level because they actually have that protective layer and it protects it from the bad effects as well. So what I want to do is just like I go to the gym, I want to go in, I want exposure to weight. So every time I go in there, my body gets stronger. I want to have incremental exposure to the sun so my skin has that protective layer so I actually can stay younger as well and look better as well. So guys, as you can see, the devil is in the details. Proper tool utilized properly for the proper job, amazing result. And if you have wrong information, you take the wrong steps and you get the wrong result. And so that's what this channel is all about, guys, is to give you this little bite-sized information and back it up via research. By the way, I will put the research down below. And then I'm also going to put a little bit of a handout for you guys to be able to give you general advice if you're fair skin, mid skin, darker skin, so you can kind of have a grasp of how much sun exposure we want in general. But if you find this channel helpful, if you find it valuable, what I want you to do is I want you to like, I want you to subscribe, I want you to ask any questions that you have, make a comment, because what I want to do is I not only want this expat community under Dr. Expat Wellness to grow larger, I want you to be able to grow healthier. And so no matter what age you are, that you can continue to experience with your family, with your friends, with travel, your little piece of paradise, so you can continue to make memories, you can continue to do what you decided and what you worked so hard for to be able to get there and enjoy every moment. All right, guys, we'll talk to you next time. Hey, the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about red light that comes from the sun, another aspect of the sun that's in beneficial form that is at different times of the day. So make sure you chime into that one, guys. Talk to you soon.